Morning guys, it's JD here from Unconventional Cross Stitch. I am doing Floss Tube number 2. I know I said I was hoping to do this weekly, but as it turns out it's actually really hard to have the time to do lots and lots of videos. So I'm a bit late. So I'm still working on those two pieces I showed you last time. I've been getting really good at designing and listening to my audiobook at the same time. So I'm nearly finished this one. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but I saw the video and it was really creepy of the first one of this. So I'm really keen to also read The Shining. Dr. Sleep is the second, and I've really enjoyed it. It's supernatural, it's creepy. I found Stephen King hit and miss for books, but this one was really good. So that's him. Actually, you know what? It's technically Floss Tube 3 because I did the second and I just haven't uploaded it. Whoopsie! So anyway, that's my audiobook. I'm still working on that one. I'm still reading High School of Good and Evil, and I'm really enjoying that. So I think I'm about halfway through, and yes, that is bog roll I've used to mark the page because it's soft and silky so it doesn't damage the pages. So that's as exciting as it's getting on the book front, really. So I'll show you where we're up to. Oh my gosh, so this one's on the frame so it's a bit awkward. So that's where we're up to on the zombie nurse. It's raining here at the moment, really weird. We had 2 days of 37 degrees C, which I think is around 104 Fahrenheit for those in America. So it was really hot, and then all of a sudden it's rained for 2 days straight. It's overcast, glorious. I really enjoy the sound of rain and the smell, but I found the smell of the rain in the city is different to the smell of the rain in the Pilbara. And I actually prefer the Pilbara rain smell to the city rain smell, but I don't know. So that's my zombie nurse that I'm still working on. I'm going to pull off that and unhook it. And this, wait, let me get my, oh, I just can't even orientate this right. But this is the Fire and Ember Unconventional Cross Stitch SAL. SAL stands for Stitch Along. So I'm doing this with a few other ladies who I think Leonie is up to date, and Carla and I are the ones that are behind. And poor Carla had to frog 80% of the page. Oh, I don't know how she could. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to work that into the piece because 80%. Holy cow, girl, you are committed. So they're the two I'm working on. You can probably actually see in the background. I used one of those 3M hooks, the big ones. So I'm just hanging the one that I'm not using at the moment, kind of keeps it out of the way, which is really good. So I'm doing those because it's raining again today. I think we're just going to have a really big movie day. Yesterday I cross-stitched to the new BFG. I think today I'm feeling like a space theme, so I might crank The Martian. I really enjoyed that one. Matt Damon did a really good job there. And I feel it's suitable for the kids, and my son's really into space and paleontology, if you ask him. He's 6. They go back to school tomorrow, so tomorrow's going to be a huge day of splitting it between designing and cross-stitch. I really need to catch up on so much stuff. I have probably at least 40 images I need to turn into patterns. Everything from Natalie's to Sugar Fueled to Mitch O'Connell. And we have a new artist on board too, so their artwork will be up and coming. So there's a lot going on. And then I've got some new needle-minded designs to do, so I kind of went for the fancy ones first, and I did the blue and gold shimmer, the green and brown shimmers, the rainbow sparkles, but I haven't done the just stock standard white and black. So I've got dragons on skulls, I've got Beethoven, I've got Mozart, I've got a panda and its baby, I've got the all-seeing eye, I've got Behemoth, I think that's how you pronounce it, I've got a Tiki Man, more Krakens, a crow with a crown. So I've got, oh, and a nudie mermaid with her, the kids call them bee-boos, with their bee-boos hanging out. I thought that was a more natural. So I've got, sorry, I wasn't even looking at you, that's rude. So I've got a lot of pieces to do. It's going to be a busy week. It's going to be a busy month next month, I think. So next month is the last month for the Heart Needleminder competition too. So we've had 3 entries so far. 2 of which are a draw. So if you do want to give it a crack at designing your own, now's the time to get in before we close it off and we vote on the winners. So give that a go too. Aside from that, life's pretty, you know, I've seen a lot of friends, a lot of family, some people I haven't seen in 15 years. Yeah, it's been that long. We went to high school together, and yeah, you think you change and you just haven't. It was exactly like we were hanging out at school, only there were 10 kids there. So each of us have, well, we worked it to an average, each of us averaged 2 kids each. So we hadn't really changed, it's just we're parents now. It's weird. You know, 15 years ago we weren't talking about babies. What were we talking about 15 years ago? Getting drunk? Don't know. So yeah, anyway, we've got all that going on. I don't really have anything else that exciting going on in my life, so I'm just trying to really nut down and get this cross stitch done. Now that the kids are going back to school, I'm going to be looking at teaching cross stitch. I'll admit right here, I don't know how to do a French knot. I've never been particularly interested in the fancy styles or anything like that, so I've always stuck to the basics because I want to replicate a photo, if that makes sense. And when you do the fancy stitches, I don't feel that I'm really replicating it, because what I'm trying to do is do those pixels but as an X. So I'm going to teach basic cross stitch, and it's certainly going to be unconventional. I'm not going to be teaching it the traditional way. I'm going to teach it the way I do it, because that's what works for me, and that's the only way I know how. The back sides of my projects are not pretty. As you can see, that's not very pretty. But I'm more a time efficiency person, so the way I see it is the back of this design will be in a frame one day and no one will ever see that back. So I don't see sense in having a beautiful back when no one will see it and appreciate it. I'd rather just have a beautiful front, because that's what people are going to see. So I focus on that. I focus on what's most efficient time-wise. So yeah, it might save, say, that much thread if I cut and start somewhere further away. But I don't. I'm very naughty. I think I would call myself a wasteful stitcher, and I just go across. And then if I need to, I'll cut it from the back so that it's like 2 separate pieces. So, and then it's not tied off either if I do that. So I won't be teaching that part because it's not tied off. And that doesn't worry me because I have washed a lot of pieces and it's never unraveled. But this one in particular, the nurse, I won't wash because it's a dark fabric and that scares me. What if it runs? Yeah, I'm not wasting all that time to have it all run. And I saw this poor lady recently on one of the Facebook groups. Hers run. Oh my god. Her floss had run and it actually looked really cool, but it wasn't what she wanted. So boom. Yeah. yeah, that in itself is enough for me to go, I am never ever, like, I don't want to wash anything unless it's a white cream background. All good. Hand dyed, hell no, because they're not colour fast. Well, at least a lot of fabric dyers will say that they're not. So I definitely don't do those. And others, well, you just never know. Colour fast is a fuzzy, loosely obeyed rule. So other than that, being a domestic goddess, being a mum, being a wife, since I've sunk myself into cross stitch 100% as my business, it's gone really well. So I'm really happy. And it's funny, isn't it? Like, everybody chases happiness as this end goal. Why aren't we looking to be happy all the time? Why is it a goal instead of a state of being? So I try and focus on finding the good in things, and my brother and I, like, we're really close, so I haven't seen him in a long time, so I'd say my happiness level there is a bit lower because I miss him. And it's funny, you think when you move somewhere you'll see someone more, but he has his own family now, so he's really busy there. But yeah, life's good. Busy but good. Will be better when the kids go back to school. I'll have some me time. I'm not an introvert. I'm not an extrovert either. I go through phases where I'm super social, and then there's others where I just want to shut the world out and be on my own for a week at a time. So I'm sort of stuck in between at the moment. I'm trying to see people, but I also really want to stitch. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the time now. It's 10:20. Whoa. Yeah, I haven't even got one design out yet today. What did I actually do this morning? What did I do? I fed the kids. I fed the dogs. So everyone's going to live today. So I guess that's a good start. I have a coffee. I'm going to live. This is life. Beautiful life. Does anybody else love their coffee like I love mine? I've got a new bean. Really excited. It's called Geisha. So something new. I hate bitter coffee. And that sounds funny because coffee generally is bitter, but there are levels of bitterness in a coffee. And the beans I get from the major retailers of Coles and Woolworths, bitter, acidic, nasty. Can't get a good coffee. I don't like Gloria Jean's coffee either. I find that too bitter as well. So I found this one at Campbell's Cash and Carry, and it comes in an orange packet, and it's got the little vent on it, so when you squeeze it, it's just like, yeah, that's the stuff. If I could bottle that and wear it, I would. Fresh coffee. Beautiful. So I've got really attached to that one. It's smooth, it's not bitter, it's just a nice light coffee, but with that bam in it. So I've got this new one because I like trying new things, and I hope I'm not going to be disappointed because it was more expensive than my favourite orange one. So I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see. There is a Perth-based guy, and he does his own roasting, and he has a company, and I'm pretty sure he's still at the market. I like his coffee. He does infused coffees, so you can get like a hint of chocolate or a hint of caramel, and without having to do the syrups. So I like his. So I just haven't been down to the markets, and again, his are more expensive, but they are worth it. So sorry, my 6-year-old is running up and down and the dog is following him. Hi! Soon! Okay. Anyway, that should probably be me checking out because he's starting to nag me about TV and The Martian and movies. And I have really rambled. So anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys. Any questions, any comments, technical, otherwise. I firmly believe there's no such thing as a silly question. So if you have one, give it a crack. Other subjects I'd like to cover are things like ice dyeing. I haven't tried that myself, but I'd like to. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.